What's going on, YouTube? So I'm out here in Malibu off of Rambla Vista Street, and I wanted to show you guys just an update, show you all the rebuilding progress, all of the homes that are being rebuilt in Malibu, show you how far along they've come. All right, so we're on Rambla Vista and Paseo something, I don't know, I forget what it is back there. All right, so I'll flip the camera around and I'll showcase this. Yeah, it's a beautiful day out, by the way. It's beautiful. So I'll flip the camera around and give you guys an inside look. See what's going on here in Malibu, okay? All right, give me a sec. All right, that's better. Okay, so this is 21460 Paseo Portola. All right. Make sure you can zoom out a little bit. Give you guys a little bit better of a broader angle or broader view, I suppose. What a beautiful home up here. I bet you on the corner right there, that's like where the master bedroom is. I like how they tinted the windows so the sunlight doesn't, it's not too intrusive or too bright. I've definitely taken you guys over here before. And as you can see, there's really nothing going on in this area. This house over here, they had actually been building this house or throwing up the wood and lumber prior to the fire. So none of that is actually new, all right? None of that's new. I've actually walked out on this little ledge before. All these properties are putting up these fences for the most part, which is good. I mean, I'm sure they're doing it for legal reasons, plus they don't want to get somebody to slip and fall and get hurt. Look at that. Nothing's going on in Malibu when it comes to rebuilding. Basically nothing. Except for that one. There's a lot of construction taking place in the Alphabet Streets, which is nice, and then also in the Marquez Knolls in the Pacific Palisades. But over here in Malibu, along these cliffs and along the beachfront properties, there's nothing going on there. Absolutely nothing. I'm gonna go out here on this job site and check it out. Look, these guys are getting real plywood, spending the real good money. None of that particle board crap. Some people say, oh, it's recycled, it's good. Yeah, that stuff's junk. Look at these guys. Now, these are productive workers right here. Buenos dias. What's up? You happy guys out here? You happy? Yeah, you look happy, bro. It's gonna be a beautiful home right here, huh? Look at that. And you can see off in the distance along these are all beachfront properties. Nothing over there is being constructed. Nothing. And it's gonna be like that for quite some time. The permitting process and the rebuilding homes on the beach is just gonna be so time consuming and so expensive, it's ridiculous. You better have some serious bankroll if you want to rebuild a home on the beach. And hell, even right here, if you look at this house right in front of us on the cliff, you can see these piles right there, next to the palm trees. Those are all that stuff's gonna have to come up, man. And the new rules and regulations and codes, all that old pylons and all those old caissons, whatever the hell you want to call them, all that crap's got to come up, and then they got to drill, I don't know, probably 100 foot in the ground, and then they got to get, I don't know if these piles have to be, I don't know if they have to utilize epoxy coated rebar because of the corrosion. I'm not sure. Maybe that's just for the houses that are being built on the ocean. You know, the rebar needs to be coated with epoxy, really, to prevent corrosion. And that stuff's not cheap. That stuff's super expensive. You know, they literally got to take 20 and 30 foot or even potentially 100 foot strips of rebar and dip it in an epoxy. It's a beautiful day out here, man. This is why California is one of the best places, or it can be. You know, just geographically, like the location, the fresh air right now coming in off the ocean, it's wonderful. It really is. Can you imagine being these guys coming from El Salvador or Guatemala or wherever the hell they come from, you know, and building these beautiful homes right here on the beach? It's like a dream come true for these guys. And they work hard, man. Look at these guys. They're up here putting up frames and building, and these guys are huge. They're a major impact on the economy in California. These migrant workers are no joke, man. They're productive. They work hard, they work long, and they work cheap. You know, these are probably some of the most productive people in the country from an economic and business perspective. You know, most of the time people are at home, you know, doing work from home BS, you know, answering 50, 20 or 30 emails. And in all reality, they're actually just utilizing artificial intelligence to respond to these emails, you know? And those are the types of people who are going to be losing their jobs if we do go into a recession. Not those guys down there. Unfortunately, those guys might be getting deported, but if they're not here legitimately. But you know, it's just the way it is, I guess. But they're you know, they work hard, man. We need to come up with a better way to allow these people to work, because they're, you know, they work long, they work hard, they work cheap. But on the flip side, I guess you could make the point that, you know, they're coming here illegally and they're undercutting wages, you know, and stuff like that, and they're taking away, you know, rental, you know, apartments or houses. They got to live somewhere. And they're taking away jobs from Americans. So there's multiple perspectives and ways to look at it, you know, and they're all of which are valid. Look at how beautiful that is. I remember walking down these steps, and when they were excavating and dragging up all the debris when the house burned down, there was a bunch of debris down there on that hill. And they got an excavator, and there was a couple of guys down there with chains, and they were hooking up all of the metal debris and wood debris, whatever, and dragging it up here with an excavator. It looks like there's a house up here on the hill. Beautiful home. I don't like the brown though. Why did they choose brown? That doesn't look very good. They're like painting the house, the exterior of the house, brown, and they got like green trim on it. Looked like a mint chocolate chip cookie or something. I don't really like that much. But hey, maybe it'll come out bitching when it's all said and done. This house right here, this white house, you can imagine, look at that. Look at what they do to build a house here. This is literally a vertical cliff, and this is all rock, okay? So they gotta dig out a giant hole right here alongside of this mountain, and they have to reinforce it with those piles or caissons. And they get, you know how much rebar goes into a house, a structure like that? Rebar, concrete, and oh my God, it's a tremendous amount of work. It takes a long time to build that. It takes a long time to get the permits. It takes a long time to get the funding, and it takes a long time to get the architecture, the blueprints, the schematics, you know, everything, the engineering that goes into developing and designing and building a home like this alongside a cliff overlooking the Pacific Ocean. You know, it's, whoa, shit, almost fell. It's a very difficult thing to do, and not a lot of people can do it, you know. And the people or engineers and architectures and contractors who are capable of building and designing a home like this right here on the beach, you know, and alongside the hill, they charge a premium. The demand for those types of guys is probably going to go up here in Malibu. I mean, you're not seeing a lot of building though, so you know, I'm kind of suspicious as to what exactly is going to take place here in Malibu and how long it's really going to take to rebuild a community like this. So this is 21410 Rambla Vista. I mean, look at that. The entire house was, the foundation made it, so obviously whoever did the foundation, they did a hell of a job. But everything else, gone, completely gone. And you can see right here. You see that pile filled with rebar right there? All of this foundation is gonna have to, there's no way, you know, this foundation is structurally sound. It is so compromised, and all of it's gonna have to be excavated and you know, redone. Just like this one right here. And that's such a time-consuming thing to do. And the last thing it is cost-effective. It is not cheap. And believe it or not, these ones right here alongside the cliffs and hills, they're gonna be really hard to rebuild. But the homes on the beach are gonna be way more challenging. What's up, brother? How's it going?
So sad.
Yeah, it is terrible. And what's crazy is, in my opinion, these houses on the beach are going to be much more challenging to rebuild. Not because they're not flat, like it's flat. You would think it would be easy, but because dealing with the permitting process and the coastal commission and getting all of that squared away. And if you do have to put piles or caissons in the ground, oh my God, it's going to be. There's a couple of job sites that I've taken you guys to and shown you in some YouTube short videos at how long it takes and how complex it is and how expensive. They literally have to build out a seawall, like a barrier from the ocean, you know, dig a giant hole. Then they got to drill holes 110 foot deep into the ground, right? And then they got to fill that hole with, you know, epoxy coated rebar. They make a cage out of it, and then they drop it in the hole. Then they fill it up with concrete, and they make these, you know, piles or caissons, whatever you want to call them. And then they build a foundation on top of that. You know, that costs millions of dollars to do, and years and years and years to do it as well. What's up, brother? Good, how are you? But you can see, like, look at these homes right here. They're so beautiful, man. Such a shame that, you know, a lot of these people are probably still living. Like this one right here looks like it was recently painted. Well, maybe not. I don't know, time flies. It's been 7 months already. What's up, brother? Okay, so I'm not sure if these are condos or apartment complexes or what. And I'm not sure if people are living in them. You can see all the smoke damage still. And then behind it, you can see there's like a Japanese style home in the back. I don't know what these are. What's up, brother? How's it going? Not much. Are these condos or apartment buildings?
They're apartments.
Do you live here or?
Yeah, my buddy owns it.
Oh, what's up, brother? My name's Cameron.
How's it going?
It's going good. I'm just walking around, checking out the place, filming.
It's pretty fucked up.
Super messed up, yeah. I've been going through here for months now, ever since the fire, so yeah. I know it's pretty bad. I just wanted to, I have like a little YouTube channel, and I show people.
Check it out.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool.
See like all the rebuilding part. There's nothing going on in Malibu when it comes to like rebuilding for the most part. So when you go to the Palisades, they're rebuilding. And,
well, it's because of the coastal commission, dude.
Yeah, I know. I was just telling them that. Like, I got a couple of job sites further north in Malibu, and they're building before the fires, and they're but they got to put 110 foot piles and the caissons in the ground. They
Dude,
got
they want You'd have your own water treatment system now.
Really?
Building on the beach.
Oh wow.
Like your own like shit plant.
Yeah.
So, like,
How much do you think something like that would
oh,
cost?
well, you need like a 30-year lot to do it.
Yeah.
So
Oh wow. So it takes up a tremendous amount of room too.
it's incredible.
I know. The one of the job sites that I showcase in one of my videos, they put caissons 100. They got to drill 110 foot deep in the ground, and they have to use like epoxy coated rebar, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
3 years and $10 million just to do the foundation, and then they're building a house on top of it. So how many of the people who live here on the beach got money like that and time like that?
Well, the thing is too, you have a mortgage, right? So
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to pay your mortgage. So
Yeah.
You have to, whatever, unless you don't, you have to do your taxes. Then you have your, all that shit.
Yeah.
You have everything else. So basically, you have to claim bankruptcy, I would think. Wouldn't you think so?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them are probably going to go belly up. I would assume.
And then it'll be eminent domain because people will try to buy them, but it's almost impossible to build it back.
Yeah.
The state will end up taking a lot of it back.
Yeah, I've heard stuff like that. It hasn't actually materialized, but I've heard that they're trying to push bills to collect land, do low key land grab and stuff like that. Yeah. So, but I think they're going to delay that and draw it out. Like they were attempting to pass a bill or something about that, but then the community got some pretty bad feedback. So they're like, oh, we're going to go ahead and retract that bill. Yeah. We're going to postpone it a year or two. Hopefully people forget, and then we'll try to pass this quietly.
The commission's probably, it's just, it's the worst thing ever. I mean, they just want money.
Yeah, it's terrible.
And
yeah.
they're all fucking crooked anyway.
Yeah. Well, that's this is why like they make it so exclusive and so hard to build here. And this is why property values before the fire were through the roof, man. Like, we heard like in San Francisco, there's bidding wars during COVID and when they dropped interest rates. You know how many bidding wars were going on here in Malibu and the Pacific Palisades? Home prices doubled probably, or more than doubled.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. And this is one of the reasons why, because it's so hard to build and so hard to get land here in Malibu and the Palisades.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So literally no worse time for a fire.
Oh, it couldn't
Property values were the highest level ever.
Dude, I mean, it's also if you look at the interest rates.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
They're going to come down, I guess, next month, but it's not going to be 3.5.
No, and even if they do lower the federal funds rate, how long will it take for mortgage rates to actually come down? Like it takes a year before,
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's another year of the housing market being in suppressed mode. So
well, I know this lot's probably going to be for sale soon.
Really?
Next door.
What makes you say that?
There used to be one of these buildings right here.
Yeah, I remember them. Well, I don't remember exactly what it was, but I remember like coming here and.
I know the owners.
Really?
They're gonna probably sell it.
Yeah, it's and you know what? The other big thing, insurance. Oh, if you're an insurance company. Really? Yeah. You live here
I live right here.
No way. Do you really? Yeah. What was your name again?
Jay.
Jay, I'm Cameron. Nice to meet you, Jay. If you just type in Cameron Desbro on YouTube, you can. Yeah, Cameron. And there's maybe like Cameron Desbro and like Palisades Fire or something. I'm sure I'll pop up. It's a pretty small channel, but it's growing slowly. So, and this is the reason why.
Yeah, I mean, I went to Palisades High School.
Did you really?
All my friends had their pads there. Every one of them burned down.
Wow, that's terrible, man.
You have to have good insurance. Right?
Oh.
And if you don't, if you didn't, even if you did have good insurance, it didn't matter. You're not going to get.
Yeah,
get your money out of it.
Yeah, it's terrible, man. Especially if you're on the California Fair Plan. I've heard that it's just
they're out of money.
They're broke. Yeah, they're insolvent. Exactly, they're broke. Right? It's terrible.
Yeah, a buddy of mine bought a place up by Bishop.
Like
Aspendale. I don't know if you know where it is.
No, I'm not familiar.
Like Bishop's by Mammoth, kind of.
Oh yeah.
Town before you go to Mammoth.
Yeah.
It's a little town by Lake Sabrina up there, and you can't get insurance at all. So he's on the fair plan too.
Oh wow.
But I mean, really, you just better save your money.
Yeah. Pretty soon, it's so funny you say that because a while ago I posted a YouTube short video with the Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell. Yeah. He was saying pretty soon what you're going to see in regions throughout the United States, like whether it's Florida where they have hurricanes or Louisiana where they have, flooding and stuff like that, Hurricane Katrina, and areas in California where you experience a lot of fires, you're not going to be able to get a mortgage and you're not going to be able to get insurance in the future. So the only people who will be living in these regions in the future will be the people who don't need that.
Exactly.
They don't need a loan and they can self-insure and stuff like that.
Exactly.
But that might take some time, obviously, but I'm sure you're well aware that, State Farm and they were pulling out, in the Palisades slowly.
Yeah.
It's terrible, but
I've got a place in Santa Barbara, which is like...
it's beautiful up there.
Yeah, it's cool, but it's the same old shit, just like anywhere else.
And, yeah.
But,
I know it's funny because you guys had that Montecito, you had the fire Went from Ventura all the way up to with like Goleta, right?
Yeah,
That was
pretty
terrible.
bad fire.
Yeah, that was
Well,
where they're like.
there are always fires there. I mean, Santa Barbara's prone to fires.
That one was
Yeah,
bad though, dude. I remember the 101 freeway was.
Thomas fire, I think it was.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That was a shame, man.
Yeah.
I think this one is the most expensive natural disaster in American history, though. This
sure.
one's worse because asset prices and when it happened were just record highs, record.
Definitely.
So, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and walk. It was nice to meet you.
You too,
I
bro.
appreciate it,
I'll
brother.
check out your site.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Oh, that was cool. What's up, brother? Check this out. Look, and you can still see off in the distance. Poor guy, that sucks, man. Look at that. There's still a bunch of debris that needs to be picked up. Shame. So this is 21356 Rambla Vista. This property they cleaned up really well. It looks like they threw on a fresh coat of paint. And they listed the property for sale. Let's see what it's going for. I'm not sure. Let's see what the address is. Okay, so this is 21349. You guys can see what this is going for. And at some point in time, when it does sell, you guys will be able to see what it goes for. See what, actually you can see what it sold for years ago and see what it sells for today. I'm sure it's gonna go for a premium, but yeah, right now, you know, the demand for housing is not very high. I just dropped a video saying pending home sales have hit record lows. So the demand for houses right now it's pretty low. You know, and that's for a number of factors. And demand for housing in an area like this now is going to be pretty tough. It's going to be a rough couple of years for sure for Malibu. And as you can see, look, there's nothing going on. No homes being rebuilt on the beach. So anyways. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and close this video out today. And before I do, I just wanted to say thank you for continuing to support the channel and checking it out and liking and subscribing and all that stuff. Somehow, some way, the channel is still continuing to grow. And for that, I can't say thank you enough, all right? So until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.